right, welcome back to the Novice Novelists podcast. We're here at Port Clinton High School, and today we're featuring one of our seniors in the creative writing course, Niki Tipton, who is in the process of writing her very own novel. And I'm really happy to welcome her onto the podcast today because I just had the opportunity to read it the other day, and I am so excited to give you some insight, the listeners, onto what Niki is writing about, as well as have her share a little bit of her novel with the listeners. So first, Niki, welcome to the podcast. It's great to have you on here. Can you first tell us a little bit, like a synopsis of your novel, just a short little summary?
Well, it's about a boy who was abandoned as a child, and he was abandoned and left at the door of a church. And so the church, the priest, the pastor, he took in the main character, Erwin, and raised him as his own. And basically this whole novel is about Erwin's struggles and everything he goes through, whether it be religion or he even talks about racism and sexuality and stuff like that.
Awesome.
So
Lots of kind of current themes throughout the novel.
yeah.
So is it Erwin?
Erwin.
Okay, so Erwin seems like pretty established as your protagonist.
Yes.
It sounds like a male.
Yes.
Okay, is there any of you in there? I know you're obviously not a male, but is there any influence in your protagonist character?
Yeah. Erwin's ideas about the church is based on my ideas. 'Cause
Okay.
I'm not religious. I wasn't raised religious. I don't see the importance of religion.
Okay.
And so I incorporated that in Erwin's story. He was, even though he was raised by the church, he believes that the church is a ridiculous thing, and it's built on lies and stuff. And
Okay. All right. So you get. Is your story mostly fictional, like the events that are going to happen?
No.
Okay. So there's some truth.
There is a lot of truth in it. It's primarily based around World War I.
Okay.
So they're going to go to the war, and it's going to have actual battles eventually.
All right. And but it seems like regardless of what's happening in the story, if it's real or not, or really happened or not, that you're kind of using it as an opportunity to kind of voice your opinions on some major topics and issues, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So we're excited for that. How far are you into your novel? We're actually typing their novels onto Google Docs, single space. So actually what they have on their docs is, when it's put into a book format, it's going to be quite a bit more. But how many Google Doc page are you into your novel so far?
About page 15.
Okay. So maybe 30 pages in a real book, if that was spread out.
Yeah.
Have you hit your central conflict yet? Or are you still establishing characters and things like that?
I'm still establishing
Okay.
the characters. He's met most of the people that are going to be in his story,
Okay.
but he hasn't developed the special bonds yet.
All right.
They've just basically become acquainted with each other.
Okay. So you're nowhere near climax or anything like that
No.
yet? Okay. Yeah, and for anybody listening out there, if you're wondering, so the creative writing students are writing their own novels. The minimum number of pages, single spaced in Google Docs, is 50, which would translate to about a 100-page book. So I don't know if we'd call that maybe a novella, a shorter book, but most of these students will write well beyond that and actually have a full novel. So we're really excited about it. So Niki's kind of the first one to actually talk about her book and what's in it. So she's even going to give you a little sneak peek right now of an excerpt from her book that you certainly want to hear. So here is Niki Tipton with a little portion of her book. Go ahead, Niki.
It was never my choice to live in here in this setting. Now I fear I'm too far down the rabbit hole to turn back now. I wanted a normal life. I wanted to go to an actual school. I have been cursed by the ones around me. They shove their Christian agenda down my throat each and every day, and now I'm the one who pays for it. My life is not even my own. It's just a vessel for a greater love, a greater power. I don't hate Christianity. I never did. I just wish they would tell people the truth and give up their act.
All right, very good. Exciting stuff here. I'm really excited to read the rest of her novel because I was such a fan of the first 15 pages or whatever you said you had done so far. All right, so thank you folks for listening. We appreciate you listening and supporting these students as they're doing this. Please like, subscribe, share, tell people about it. We have a new YouTube channel, so we're actually a video going on right now. We have Bennett Jones behind the camera, and we're excited to post these. We're going to do some cool stuff in the future with some outtakes. We had a pretty good one before this episode, and we hope you'll join us on this journey. And thanks for listening, and we will see you next time.